Good morning. I'm going to show you how we go from this to this without going under the knife. All of this is an aftermarket upgrade. This is one big Vegas magic show. It's such an illusion. I'm going to go head to toe. I'm going to tell you what I do for my skin, my makeup, my hair, my jaw routine, how I pose in photos, my eyebrows, boob tape, how I do a messy bun. I'm going to reveal all of the tricks and all of the hacks and all of the things that I've learned along the way. Nothing here is real except the personality. I'm the realest bitch you're ever going to meet, but everything on the outside is extra. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my name's Chalene Johnson, and welcome to this edition of The Chalene Show, where today, I cannot believe I'm going to do this, but why not? Like, I'm a girl's girl, and I do not believe in hiding my answers. I'm going to share with you everything that I do to create this illusion. I want to start by being upfront and saying, I'm not expecting anyone to do all of the things that I do. I know it's ridiculous. I know I am a high maintenance housewife hooker. Like, it costs, as Dolly Parton says, it costs a lot of money to look this cheap. It also takes a lot of time and effort. And some of you are like, why would I do that? It's not even worth it. Let me save you time. Don't listen and don't watch this episode. It's not for you. This is for my girlies who are like, oh, tell me, girl, tell me all the things. I need all the tricks. There are no secrets here. I'm going to share it all. Okay, so first, let's start with hair. My hair is very fine. I call it cotton candy hair. So oftentimes when people say, well, how do you do your hair like that? Part of it is we always want what we don't have, right? So if you've got really thick, heavy hair, you're not going to be able to style your hair the same way I do. I can literally take hairspray and I can bend a curl and spray it into place because my hair is so fine and light. So in order to get volume in my hair, a couple things I do. Number one, I wear clip-in hair extensions on the side of my head. And I've been doing that for, I don't know, probably 10 years. And in the last 2 years, I got tracks of extensions in the back. So now my hair's longer and thicker in the back. My natural hair is probably about down to just below my collarbone. And it really won't grow beyond that. Like, it's so damaged and fine and ridiculous and also hormones. It won't grow beyond that. And that's fine. Who cares? I'll buy more. The clip-ins that I wear on the sides of my head, I make them myself. Yes, I do. I buy Go-Go hair on Amazon. I'll link to all this stuff. I buy Go-Go hair on Amazon, and then I literally glue two of those pieces together, and I just use them on the sides of my head. There you go. That's it. It's just that simple. And I just clip them in every day, and because they're so cheap, they last me like probably 4 months, and then I buy another set. The extensions I'm wearing in the back of my head, they are hair extensions that are best for people who have very, very fine hair. And I should also tell you that once you go get hair extensions, you're done. You're done for life. You can never go without, because the second you take them out, you just feel like, the whole world has been radiated and you're just a little drowned rat with like strands of hair. Like, they don't make your hair thicker, that's for sure. They are going to make your hair even thinner. So if you're going to do permanent hair extensions, like, I think the clip-ins are fine. But if you're going to do like permanent hair extensions, first of all, it's very expensive, but it makes getting ready, it's so much easier. So that's the trade-off. I love having I don't have to spend as much time doing my hair, and I never wash. That's a lie. Once a week, I wash my whole head. The rest of the time, I just pull all of the top part of my hair forward. I pull the back of my hair into a ponytail. I wrap it up in a scrunchie, and then I put a shower cap over that part. And in the shower, I just wash the top of my hair, and it makes it so fast to get ready to just have to blow dry the front of my hair. What do I use for volume? I use a Dyson Airwrap. And in order to do my wolf cut, which is like the curled bangs and, kind of this Farrah Fawcett / what's that young girl's name that's got someone called me her the other day, and I was like, oh my God, I love you so much. I can't think of her name right now. Sabrina Carpenter? Yeah, someone called me Sabrina Carpenter. I was like, excuse me? I love you. How much do I owe you? But anyways, to get that look, I use the Airwrap, and it's just super easy. To do my messy bun, when I didn't have hair extensions in order to get like lots of volume on the top of my head, what I would do, and I'll show you, is if you're watching the YouTube video, which comes out every Sunday, did you know studies have shown that people who watch YouTube videos more than 3 minutes without subscribing are prone to have bad hair days for at least a week after watching that video. I don't want that to happen to you. You do not want that to happen to you. So, girlfriend, do yourself a favor and make sure that you're subscribed to this show, the Chalene Show. Turn on your notifications, but I release the audio to the Chalene Show comes out on Friday. The video version comes out every Sunday on YouTube. And while we're at it, I mean, let's get you some extra good karma by liking this video and leave me a comment, because I'm sure there's something that I have mentioned thus far or I haven't mentioned that you want me to go into full detail. Leave it in the comments below. Okay, so what I would do is I pull all my hair up and I put it into a ponytail right on top of my head. Okay, then I bought a fake ponytail on Amazon for like 30, 40 bucks. And you know, the kind that you like, it's just a super long ponytail. You always know that they're fake. Okay. Well, I always know that they're fake when I see someone because the hair is wrapped around the ponytail part, but I use it as a bun. I put my ponytail right up on top of my head. Then I stick the comb underneath the rubber band, and then I wrap the hair around my actual hair ponytail. And then I just put like 2 pins, and it's a very specific type of pin, like the kind of pin your grandma would wear. And boom, there you go. There's my messy bun. Super simple. Another way that you can do this is by clipping hair extensions facing the opposite way. So the clip goes in the back of your head with the hair going forward, right? Then I comb my hair up around it, put the ponytail on, and then I just loop, kind of like pull apart my ponytail. Okay, let's move on to lashes. So for lashes, I use a DIY called Lashify. Now there's 1,000,001 dupes out there, and if you have luck with them, that's great. I personally believe, and this is not paid, trust me, I've reached out to them so many times. I'm like, why don't you just sponsor my podcast? Because I'm going to tell everybody about Lashify. So I'm going to tell you about them anyways, but I'm also going to tell you that there's dupes. So I like Lashify because the glue does not irritate my eyes. They stay for about, I think, 5 days for me. I sleep in them. I wake up. It's easy. You know, you might have to move them around. I might have to replace one on the edge every once in a while, but then I just always have lashes on. I think they look more natural than a strip lash. Some strip lashes look super natural. I also hate laying there to go get lash extensions done by somebody else. I can't stand laying still for an hour. It was expensive and I just didn't have time. And I also never liked the way they looked after like 2 or 3 days. And then you had to like wait for a couple of weeks. Like, just do it myself. Now, does it take some time to get used to? Absolutely. But it's like anything, you'll get good at it. I do know that there's a trend right now moving away from heavy lashes. And especially for those of us who are Gen Xers, like the older you get, the wiser you get, the less makeup we want. Like sometimes more makeup can make you look older. So it's learning how to apply it in a way that makes you look light and fresh. And, you know, we're kind of done with the heavy eyeliner and those super heavy giant lashes. They look silly. They look silly. I had lash blindness. I'm sure I do. I'm sure. In fact, I look back at some videos I did like just a couple years ago. I'm like, why didn't somebody tell me how dumb my lashes look? Anyways, that's the lashes. Okay, let's move on to a tight jawline. Oh, I got a good one for you. You're going to love this one, I think. Okay, so I obviously use a lot of face serum. So I've done a whole video about everything that I use on my face, including the retinol, the castor oil, and estrogen cream. So that's what I'm doing for my skin texture and tone. I use a vitamin C. I'm going to link to the previous episode that I did talking about all the products I use on my face and how I do lymphatic drainage. I do lymphatic massage using my knuckles on my face. And I think it's helped to tighten my jawline. I think it helps to reduce swelling. And I've also quit drinking, which I think has slimmed down my face. But today, I've got a special extra bonus tip for you. Now, this is one that I've done a couple of YouTube videos with this. It's one I've just recently discovered and I love it. So if you're like, I really need a facelift, I want a facelift. If you're like, when you get ready and you're like this in the mirror and you put your fingers next to your ears and you pull your face back and you're like, oh yeah, that's what I want to look like. Or if you've ever opened up, we all do this. Like you open up your phone, you're like, ah, ew, who was that? You know what really pisses me off is when my phone doesn't recognize me because I probably did the face recognition when I was like all glammed up. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm doing a free walking challenge, 100% free. If you want to get in more steps, if you want someone to guide you through that process, to do my workouts, to get my meal plans, everything free, and you're watching this before February 17th, comment the phrase myself again. Okay. Myself again in the comments below this video, and I will send you the link. If you're like, what if I forget to check back, Chalene? Okay, cool. Then go to myselfagain.com. You can do that while you're watching the video. Just open up another browser, myselfagain.com, because I would love to keep you company for 2 weeks, get you walking more, help you lose a few extra pounds, figure out your hormones, figure out what exactly you need to do to look and feel your best. And it's free. Myselfagain.com. If you're that person who's like, okay, the face is falling and it can't get up, and I'm desperate for, like, I want a facelift. That's me right now. I would I don't care if you judge. Feel free. It's my face and I'm going to pay for it. So what do I care if you have a problem with it? Hello. Like, I'm a grown woman. I can make these decisions. Yeah. And trust me, I will tell you all about it. And I will take you along on the journey, all those things. But for right now, what she's doing is I bought face tape off of Amazon. I got myself an $8 facelift today. It is tape that goes right in front of your earlobe. So you kind of have to hide. Oh, see, like I'm showing on camera right now, and I rubbed off my makeup there. So I'd have to kind of smooth that over so you could hide it. So you can hide it under your hair, and you can also put makeup over it. It's like this very clear medical grade tape, and you put one tape on one side, and then there's like the super skinny string that loops around to the other side, and you tape that side, and it just kind of pulls everything back. If you get sweaty, it's going to come loose. So it doesn't work in every environment, but like if you're going to do photos or go out to a nice dinner, or maybe you've got like a wedding to go to, or something where you want to look, nice and chiseled for a couple of hours, get yourself an $8 pack of tape. I got it on Amazon. And it does take some getting used to, especially like I had to figure out like, okay, so how do I divide my hair? You know what I mean? Like they also have them like for your eyebrows too. I haven't done that yet because I haven't figured out how you do that, but I will. I'll figure it out. And like for a temporary fix, why not? If it makes you feel fabulous, go for it. The other thing that I do for a tight jawline, for the appearance, for the illusion, I'm telling you, all of this is an aftermarket upgrade. This is one big like Vegas magic show. It's such an illusion, and I'm here for it. Like, who cares? Like, I'm making the most of what God gave me and the things that people have invented to keep up the illusion. And this is one of them. So it's called Milk Makeup. Let's see, the color is, it's called a Sculpt Stick, and my color that I use is called Stoked. And with Stoked, I start at like just at a little below my temples, and I kind of suck my cheeks in. And I lightly trace. Watch how I'm about to get cheekbones. The key here is to use a cool color, not like a bronzy color. See how it's kind of like and some people don't like it going all the way down to your mouth, but I do. And I also did it around my nose for contouring. I'm not an expert, obviously. So don't come for me in the comments like, you did that wrong. I'm just showing you what I do. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it looks good. I'm just showing you what I do. These are all the tricks. Let's do the jawline. So for the jawline, you go not below it, you go like kind of right on the edge. See how I instantly just got a tighter jawline? It kind of looks okay from a distance, but you got to be careful because there's so many times I've like sat down with my daughter who's 25 and all this comes, she's still like young and natural. And she'll be like, what is that on your chin? I'm like, none of your business. It's always good to have, are you ready for this, ladies? You need a 20x mirror. 10x is child's play. 10x is for toddlers. 10x is for someone who's like in their 30s. But once you hit a certain level of maturity and you are wise enough, you need, girlfriend, a 20x mirror. Otherwise, you're going to miss the fact that overnight, a hair has grown to the length of which is going to scare small children, and you're going to miss it unless you have a 20x mirror. A 20x mirror is going to help you to make sure that you have everything blended in and you don't look like a crazy person, but it's happened. All right, now let's talk about skin. So for my skin, I noticed when I started aging, like overnight in perimenopause, suddenly my skin, I would look down, I was like, oh my, I recognize the skin. This is my great grandma's skin. It was like Wacky Wednesday when I just woke up one day and I'm like, this is my great grandma's skin. How did this happen? It was like translucent and dry and crepey and like overnight. And that happens to a lot of us. And I at first was like, well, this is aging, so I guess I'm just not going to look at it. But as I started doing more research and I started looking at videos, I stumbled upon people using castor oil for their skin. Then I did the research on castor oil, and I've done so many videos on castor oil. Ladies, castor oil will change the game of your skin. But I take a bath in it. I go through so much castor oil, it's ridiculous. Seriously, I keep Queen of the Thrones in business. That's how much castor oil I go through. Every time I get out of the shower, and here's my tip, it's about the shower. Let's talk about showers first. Okay, so improving your skin texture and the way that it appears starts in your shower. So I use these exfoliating gloves that you can buy at Asian markets or on Amazon, and you literally put them on. They're like glove, and you just completely exfoliate all of the dead skin off of your body. I mean, just scrub a dub. Then when you get out of the shower, and I try to use a all natural body soap that smells nice. And then when I get out of the shower, while my skin is still damp, then I coat every inch of my body in a thin layer of castor oil. Now, castor oil is very thick. It helps other things you put on your skin to absorb, and it holds the moisture in your skin. By the way, if you want a link to the castor oil that I use, it is below in my show notes. I love Queen of the Thrones. I get the big giant jar, but I put mine in a separate a plain brown bottle so I can leave it out on my counter because I just don't like labels. I like that clean aesthetic look. So I do that. And then I also get the roller ball one, and I'll just refill my roller ball. But the roller ball is great for applying a little bit of sheen to your, shins and a little like your shoulders, makes things shiny. Okay, anyways, we're out of the shower. We've put a thin layer of castor oil all over our body. Then I put on a really delicious, super moisturizing lotion. And there's some other great, and any oil. When you put oils on your body, I've also used oil from Hue and Grace. And I'll link to that below as well. They've got a great body oil I absolutely love. And I'll take that sometimes when I'm traveling. But just put oil on right after you get out of the shower and then put lotion on top of the oil because the oil will help your body to absorb the lotion. Okay. So that's going to make my skin all nice and soft. But what it doesn't do is it doesn't change the translucent appearance of my skin. It doesn't change the fact that I have sun damage and, that there is this like veininess that happens as you start to age and your skin becomes less smooth, less even. So I do a lot of things for this. And I'm telling you, this stuff all takes work. For tanning, I use a self-tanner called Elan Pure, Elanpure. And again, I'm going to link to all this stuff below. But Elan Pure I use because it's completely non-toxic. And it does a great job of getting me nice and tan. I'm going to show you a before and after so you can see like one side of my body with the tan and without. I do it probably once a week, maybe every other week. I would like to do it every week. I just forget. And for me, I like to put the tanning on me and then I wear it all day. And I will use it to contour my face. So I will use a makeup brush and I'll contour my face with the self-tanner. I will contour like a bicep sometimes, like why not, right? And then I will stay in it. I will marinate in it for like 6 to 8 hours. They say you only have to use it for like 4 hours, but when I do that, I don't come out as dark. And I like it dark. So I put the self-tanner on. Okay. Once the self-tanner starts to break up, which it does, or if I've completely forgotten to use the self-tanner, then I use 2 different body blurs. I like both of these. I'm going to put the names because I can't remember both of them below. Shoot, what was it? Hang on, let me see. I should probably just run upstairs and get it. Okay, that's what we're going to do. I'll be right back with the body blur.
When I hear it coming up like that, I just know that things are gone.
Outfit check.
Bad. When my body only moves for the beat.
While we're here, let's do an outfit check.
La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it. Then walk with it. La 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 la. I'll just keep dropping it, like there's no stopping it.
See, I get dressed up for you. Okay.
La 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 la.
So here we go. So the brands that I use for my body blurs, first of all, is I think it's pronounced Ting, Tinge, Tinge, maybe Tinge. That would make more sense. I don't know the color that I use, but I will figure it out and I'll put it below in our show notes. This one is one that was sent to me and it's a little bit dark. This is deep warm, so this is too dark for me. But the other brand that I really like is called Westmore Beauty. This is so dirty. And I love the color Bronze Radiance. Both brands, great. Super clean ingredients. This brush I got to apply it, it's this really big, giant brush that's just like super easy to hold. And it's really easy to apply the color. And this body blur, it's like a body makeup. So it goes on very quickly. And it's relatively smudge proof, but I wouldn't dare sit down on anything white. In fact, the interior of my car is white and I put things over my seat because otherwise it's all going to get covered in body blur, which is basically body makeup, but it's waterproof. So you can go in the water, like you can go swimming with this. I never am wearing shorts or a short skirt or anything without wearing body blur. It just makes your skin look much more youthful. And I'm so high maintenance that even when I go to the gym and I'm wearing something sleeveless, I don't like looking at myself and going like, ew, this old blotchy skin. It's for me. If you don't have a problem with it and it's too much work for you and too much maintenance, that's awesome. I like for things to look a certain way and it's a lot of work and it takes a lot of time. I'm telling you, I know, but I like it and I do it for me. I don't do it for anybody else. My husband doesn't even he wouldn't care if I wore no makeup and a ponytail on top of my head, but he does appreciate that I like to look nice, especially for him, but mainly for myself. So I use the body blur and I think it's amazing. Now there's one other one that I think it's called Bia, B-I-A. And it's kind of like, it won't change your skin tone, it won't make you look tan per se, but it evens everything out and it gives you a nice little shimmer. So you might use that if you're someone who's like, oh, I don't want the color and I don't want it rubbing off on things. And I'll link to that one too. But that's just like on special occasions, I might put a little bit of it on my shoulders or on my legs, but it just makes everything look smooth and silky. And yes, I wear it when I'm wearing a bikini. I wear it when I'm wearing a bathing suit. Even when I was in my 20s, I hated that my skin is kind of like this translucent, veiny, uneven. And I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. For my brows, I use my daughter's makeup line. It's called Boyish Beauty. And I just add some fluffy lines to the front. But my brows in general, I had them microbladed probably 8 years ago. And then recently I had a special technique that's called a fusion brow or by Fusion Artistry. And it's kind of a combination of a powder brow and a microbladed brow. It's a combination of those things. And I'm just telling you, as you age, you tend to lose hair on the sides of your brows. You just don't grow hair to the same extent that you once did. Like hair becomes an issue for a lot of ladies. Oh, by the way, I also use a hair powder because you can cover up grays and you can make your hair look thicker. When I pull my hair up, I kind of do it around my hairline to make things look thicker and more concealed. Boldify is the brand. When it comes to my brows, I just think that most women, as they age, their brows are too far over and they're not fluffy enough. And it's kind of a dead giveaway when you graduate from high school. So fluffier brows at the moment, this all changes. Next year, it'll probably be thin penciled brows. But at the moment, I think brows are one of those things if you make them look a little bit fluffier, a little less I see people with these they're kind of they're too plucked right here at the inside of the arch. And so it kind of looks like a McDonald's brow versus a nice regular Brooke Shields brow. Oh, and lastly, nails. Yeah, nothing's real. Nothing here is real except the personality. I'm the realest bitch you're ever going to meet, but everything on the outside is extra. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not a factory model. She has all of the upgrades. And one of those upgrades are my nails. So my nails, I get them done every 2 to 3 weeks. I use a process called Gel X. And I'm a huge fan of Gel X. I used to wear acrylics. People are like, aren't they damaging for your nails? I'm like, so when am I ever going to try to go all natural? So yeah, if you're somebody who wants a natural nail, yeah, don't do Gel X, don't do acrylic. But if you're someone who's like, psh, I'm not interested in having natural nails, then get Gel X, because Gel X makes, they're already pre-shaped. So A, it's quicker. B, you're always going to get exactly the consistent shape that you want. They have them in short. They have an almond and square and coffin, ballerina. What's a really pointy? Stiletto. Short, long, extra long. Everything you could possibly imagine. And yes, I'm sure your salon has Gel X, because it's like taken over the world. Everybody has Gel X. And yeah, I've always done the long nails, and I always get people comment, they're like, Chalene, that's so outdated. Did I ask for your opinion? No, I did not. And it's not outdated, because lots of the young hot girlies wear the super long nails. And yeah, I love the way your natural nails look. I love a nice, short, active length almond nail. It's just not for me. I'm a queen length kind of girl. Look at me. I'm so extra. There's like extra rings and big giant hoops and accessories. And I'm at home right now, and I'm wearing jean high heel boots and a jean skirt and a sweater that, by the way, I altered because it wasn't extra enough. So if you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to show you how I created this moment on my sweater using a tool called a Stitchy. Now, if you're someone who likes to alter your clothes, or you need to alter your clothes, you need to hem things, or you want to take things in, or you wish your, bra strap wasn't showing, or you just want to add some embellishment, you need to buy one of these Stitchies. I will link that too. By the way, I bought a couple of Stitchies that they didn't work. So every once in a while you get a defunct one. Return it, get a better one. And I'm going to show you how I did this. It was a boring sweater, and I had this ruffle from a dress that was a little too long. I saved the ruffle, and I just attached it to my shoulder. Let me show you how. Okay, so can you see what I'm saying? Like, it's this extra piece of material, and it's actually 2 pieces, and it should ruffle, and it doesn't. It just lays flat. It doesn't look right to me. So what I did, I'm going to use this thing. It's called a Stitchy. Do not buy the imitation. I got it on the TikTok shop. It's amazing. So it's kind of like one of those old like retail guns, but it puts a teeniest, tiniest, ittiest, bittiest little stitch in things, and you don't have to thread a needle or anything. You just go. So I'm going to this little piece of ruffle that I cut off the bottom of a dress that was too long for me, and just give that shoulder a little drama, the drama that I wanted. Okay, here we go. It's so easy. That's it. Oops, I didn't poke that one all the way through. And you can't even see it. It's like, great. We're halfway done. Go to a seamstress. No. Buy a Stitchy. This is like crafting, basically. So you can take things, you can make them shorter, you can alter things by making them tighter, you can add ruffles, you can, sometimes you're like, I just wish this shirt wouldn't pop open in this one spot. You can just put a little stitch in it. And you can't see the stitches. They're super duper tiny. But they're like so tiny. It's the greatest thing ever. And when you order it, you get clear ones and black ones. These things, the refill on them is ridiculously expensive. I think that's where they probably make their money. A pretty amazing tool, but I bought so many of the imitations. They're crap. This one does. Shoptucky.com. By the way, if you like this and you want more, and you actually you want like my help or an expert to like show you how to put in hair clips or how to put on your makeup in a way that helps you to feel and look as young, or to look as young as you feel on the inside, you need to be at Camp Be More. This is an annual event, and our first year is this year. So if you're watching this before April 30th, you need to go to Camp Be More. It's an event just for women over 40. And we're going to talk about all of the things, like the things that I just talked about. Plus, we're going to talk about like how to enjoy sex at this age, and what about dating, and what do you need to really know about your hormones, and how do you put yourself out there, and how do you start to feel more confident to go on camera, or to pursue your purpose, or to think about the second season of your life, your second act, and what is it you want to do that you haven't done yet? We're going to talk about all of those things. I'm bringing the best guests you could possibly imagine. We're going to have a dance party. This is the thing that like if you're 35 right now, I want you like, I cannot wait until I'm old enough to go to that. Camp Be More is the ultimate after party, and we're going to have dance parties, and we're going to do Payo together. It's just going to be so much fun. No judgment. We're going to have a great time. It's just all the girls, and we're going to talk about all the things. We'll talk about all of your questions, like all the things that you like whisper to your girlfriends about, or you're kind of like embarrassed and don't know who to ask. Yeah, you can ask all those questions and you'll get all your answers at Camp Be More. So go to campbemore.com. I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Chalene Show. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I love you. I mean it. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.